Hi, everybody. This is Sonia Buchanan with Candid Talk TV. Today, I want to introduce you to an introduction video introducing my audience to myself, and also talk about why I decided to do Candid Talk TV. I wanted first to say thank you for stopping by and viewing our videos. Thank you for your interest in the topics that we have uh, already previously made and also the future videos. And thank you for stopping by. If you would like to go by and look at some of the previous videos, click on the video link and it'll take you to some of the videos that we've already done. A couple of weeks ago, we did a video on prayer, part one, part two. And if you are interested in prayer and increasing your prayer life, in part two, we offered a couple of tools. But first, let me tell you, I am a child of three. I am the middle child. My parents had three kids. I have one brother and one sister. My parents have been married, 49 years. They're still married and kicking it. They're so funny. My father is in his upper age, but he acts younger than me. He has more energy than I do, but nevertheless. Well, let me tell you, today I wrote on my couple of social media pages some very aggressive words, and that's the reason why I came here today to do an introduction video. I said, well, maybe I should come before the people and just talk with them. So when I do the aggressive videos, the aggressive social media outlet, you know that okay, she's probably trying to nip things and put them back in order. Yeah, because sometimes people will get out of hand, and if you don't kind of take care of that immediately, it'll just go overboard and it just be a total mess. Well, I'm not the type of person who enjoys chaos. I am a very orderly person, very structured, but yet I still have fun. But I had to put some things in order today, and I don't like disrespectful. I don't like people to be disrespectful, especially to me. It could go on a long time before I actually address issues, but that's pretty much my personality as far as social media. I'm not on social media uh, like 24 hours posting about things. I try to post things that I think that are interesting. And sometimes I post things to encourage myself. Sometimes I post things that is a reminder of myself when I get home from work. But pretty much my personality is bubbly. I'm very silly. A lot of people don't know I'm very silly until they actually talk to me. I like to stay silly. I like to laugh a lot. I like to make jokes about things when there are serious matters because I'm always very cautious about people emotions and being offended. I don't want them to be offended, but I also want them to know that uh, you know when I am addressing those things, I'm really being serious. But let me tell you, at 6 years old, I gave my heart to Christ and I was baptized. And at 6 years old, I began to receive visions from the Lord of who I am in the future. And at the time, I didn't know that that was my future. But I saw a vision. I was standing at a podium and I was speaking to an audience. I did not see the audience, I just saw me. Well, from 6 years old to 32 years old, I received the repeated visions. Now, as far as me being at a podium teaching, I don't know. Sometimes our routes take longer, or if I ever would do that. But I have been at a podium on some occasions when I had to speak. But at 10 years old, I was I was asked to participate in a children's ministry at church, and I was asked to read a poem. And I did on that Sunday, and I read, and it was very electrifying. It was very comfortable. I could feel the flow, even though that was my first time actually standing at a podium talking. And from the response of the audience, apparently I must have did a great job. It was a standing ovation. I received plenty of accolades after service. At the time, I still my no one actually my parents didn't pursue me to be a spokesperson or in that area. And so later on, I decided, knowing that I was supposed to do that. But the Lord did not confirm that I was a teacher until I was 32 when I asked him what was the visions about. And so at 18 years old, excuse me, at 16 years old, I decided to start my first job. And I did not want to work in the food industry. I wanted to have a corporate job. I don't know what that came about. I just didn't want to be around food. And my first job was at Fort Gillem, Army base here in Atlanta. And I worked in the office as a data processing employee, tearing down reports for the Army. It was a really interesting job because I continued to work there all through every summer until I graduated from high school. Once I graduated from high school, in high school I had a work program that I worked at a company, electronics company, where I did the PC printed circuit boards. Well, I build printed circuit boards for an emergency lighting company. The actual emergency lights, the exit signs and all of that. So I have a little skill from understanding printed circuit boards and the diodes and the PC board and the LED board, LEDs and the batteries and all that functionality, soldering and all of that. Yes, I have electric. I did not like that. I was going to go to school for electronics, but that did not interest me. Even though I was doing the job, I wasn't interested in that. Um, it's funny, my mother and I worked at the same company. She got me the job while I was on the work program in high school. So I worked there for 10 years. And right then, that's when my life decided to change. I looked around at this company and I knew this was going to be a dead end for me. And I said, at 10 years, not 10 years in one day, but 10 years, I said, I am walking out these doors with a job or without a job. I am a person who takes risks. I don't know. I wasn't living at home. So I actually quit at exactly 10 years. I walked out those doors, and that was the year of 1996. And from there, I enjoyed. I don't know what I was thinking about by paying bills, but I never thought about that. I just felt in my heart that God would take care of me, even though I made a dumb move by walking out on the job. Nevertheless, it worked out. And I ended up working at another corporate America, learning more skills. And my life continued that way. All at the same time, I was still having those visions of me standing at a podium. And once I turned 32, I did ask the Lord about it, and He explained that I was a teacher. I said, well, how did we go about doing that? And that's when I began to go through the Bible, understanding the principles and understanding the revelation of Jesus Christ. That is where I wrote a book called The Journey, and I talk about my experience during that process. It's a 10-year journey. If you're interested in that book, it is offered at Amazon.com, or you can go to my website, SoniaBuchanan.com or ComfortingPromises.com, and you can just purchase a copy of that book. But in the book, it talks pretty much about who I am and in my life and my process. But let me tell you about my personality. I'm really a very fun person. I am a person who just enjoying. I don't have a lot of friends. Most of my friends have been guys. For some reason, ladies, I don't know, I'm not a very emotional person. I don't get overly emotional. I'm just not an emotional person. I'm very sensitive and I cry and emotional that way. But far as, uh, things like, well, you know what? Today on social media, I had this issue in my surroundings. People have a habit of wanting to say, you're jealous, you're envy. I don't even have that issue. I really, really don't. I've always been blessed. I just don't. I talk about that in my book as well. I don't have jealousy issues. I don't have envy issues. I am the type of person who will walk to you and say, "Oh, I like that dress. Where did you get it from? Oh, I love those earrings. Where did you get it from?" I am that person. I'm very personal. I love people. I'm very nurturing. I am a fighter for the underdog. I would do whatever I can to make a person's life much easier. I just feel like that is something that I would like to do. I've had friends where I'll just take the whole entire family to the grocery store because I knew that they did not have food. And I would sit in the front of the grocery store and let them go shopping. And I'm thinking, Lord, we only have this much money in my purse. Give them grace. And I'm that person. And but just wanted to just go over those couple of things. Now, far as the Bible per se, a lot of times I used to take people grocery shopping, but I got to a point in my life where I ran out of food and I ran out of money, and I wanted to see, Lord, is this Bible thing for real? And I said, let's see. I said, because I don't have any food today and I don't have any money to go get food. And I said, I'm hungry. And your Bible and the word of God said that you will provide for me. This is the true story. I'm living in this house right now. There was a doorbell ringing at my door. And that was my neighbors I have never met. And they were standing at my door and wanted to invite me to the church. And they gave me a loaf of bread. I kid you not. I was like, ooh, the Lord is for real. And so I took the bread and I got in my car and I went to my parents' house and I ate. Of course, I could go to my parents' house, but I just wanted to see if the Lord was real. But this is just an overview of who I am. I may just do another video on part 2 of introduction. But, stop by and check us out at confidentpromises.com. Until next time, you guys, bye-bye.